Hi guys, welcome. I'm Karen. I'm going to take you through a 15-minute chair yoga sequence. So this is something you can do in your lunch break, 10 or 15 minutes, just to make sure that you're not getting too stiff and you're keeping all the joints and the spine nice and mobile. If you've got injuries and you can't do a fuller practice of yoga or maybe other exercise you might normally do, this is also a really good option. So start off, get your chair, make sure it's a chair that your feet can be firmly on the ground and you've got a fairly close to sort of 90-degree angle here. Bring the hands onto the knees. Just rest in the awareness of your breath. See if you can lengthen up through the spine, taking the pressure out of that lower pelvic area, the lumbar spine. We want to really see if we can lengthen up. Imagine someone's pulling you from the back. Tuck the chin in a little bit and see if you can find length in the spine, taking pressure off the intervertebral discs. And from here, we're going to begin with just some gentle shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, you roll the shoulders up and back. And then as you drop them, you exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. And one more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. This time we're going to take the tension and release a little bit more dramatic. So maybe clench the fists, draw the elbows into the side of the body, lift the shoulders up to the ears and squeeze everything in. And then let it go, blubber the lips. One more time. Squeeze everything in, shoulders tense, tense it all up, and then release it all out. From here, we're going to take a few neck rolls. So drop the right ear to the right shoulder. So allow some time for that neck to lengthen out on the side, and then look down and then draw the chin in. So we're going for a half circle rotation, looking down between the feet. Now, slow-mo this is, and gradually getting the left ear to drop to the left shoulder and coming back up to center. Now we'll take it in reverse, so left ear drops to the left shoulder, and then looking down, slowly, mindfully, keeping the breath flowing, looking down, releasing the cervical spine by bringing the head forward, just with the weight of gravity, and then bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, and then gently coming back up. I'm working into this neck release a little bit more. So drop again the right ear to the right shoulder. You can use the hand as a little bit of weight to draw the head, but don't pull, just gently draw that down. And bring the hand back down to the knee and bring the left hand to the shoulder and take some rotations with this left shoulder. Still keeping the right ear towards the right shoulder, and from here extend the hand out and just allow the hand to hang here kind of heavy to the side, and then look down in the opposite direction and just notice. You can just take your own moves here, just notice really moving slowly, any little niggles, moving the head back and forth, maybe moving the shoulder again in any direction. You can just go with your instinct here, releasing through the shoulders, and then bring it back to center. And we'll take this on the other side. So left ear drops to the left shoulder, and you can use the left hand to gently draw the head down. Notice the stretch on the opposite side. And then bring the left hand down and take the right hand to the shoulder for some shoulder circles. And maybe the opposite direction. And then just allow this hand to be heavy, thumb up. Just allow the hand to hang there, and notice what happens if you move the arm. Does it feel different in your neck? Just noticing your own, maybe move the head down to the floor. Okay, just have a little play here, moving slowly and mindfully, rotating the arm back and forth. Just moving into any niggles that you feel you might have. Now bring your hands onto the knees. Take the feet out wider now. Just a little bit wider. Hands on the knees. And as you inhale, shine the chest forward and open through the heart space. Roll the shoulders down. Inhale. Lift the chin up. Exhale, curve through the spine, draw the navel in towards the spine and dome through the shoulders. This is a seated cat-cow. Inhale, expanding forward. Exhale, doming through the shoulders. Inhale. Chest shines forward, chin lifts up, opening through that throat chakra. And then drawing inwards, doming through the shoulder blades. Inhale, drawing the shoulders and the arms back. And last one here. Exhale. Lovely. From here, inhale and reach the hands up. Nice and wide. And then exhale. Bring the hands out onto the knees. So just keeping the legs a little wider now. So you're 45 degrees. I'm just going to take some shoulder dips. So look to the left and the right shoulder dips. Come back up. Take it to the other side. Exhale. And inhale. One more time on each side. And you can actually press this right hand into the right knee. You're opening that way through the inner thighs. Maybe you can push that right knee back into the hand and take it to the other side. And just pausing here for a moment, push the left knee into the left hand. And then come back to your center. So you're getting some opening through the inner thighs here as well. From here, we're going to take a lateral side bend. So inhale with the right hand, comes up and just bending over. Lifting that rib cage away from the pelvis. If you wish, you could take this hand across the body, just doing what feels right for you. And back to center. Inhale, left hand lifts up, find length in the spine, and then just a lateral side bend in the opposite direction. Feel the space that you're creating by lifting the rib cage away from the pelvis here. You can lean a little bit deeper into this if you wish to. We'll take one more on each side. If you want to, you can even circle it around. And inhale. Inhale as you're opening up into this lateral side bend. Exhale as the arm comes down. And maybe you want to take it the other way. So inhale. Leaning into this side. Opening up. Stretching out. With any of these things, just take the moves as they suit you. So start to bring the legs back into the center now. And elevate the right knee. You can flex the foot and just feel how that feels. Active through this quad and through the glute. And now bring the hands around the shin and just bring it in towards the chest. Hopefully that feels okay. Maybe some ankle rotations here. From here, we're going to create a figure of four shape. So bring, if you can, the foot over onto the opposite knee and just sit here for a moment and notice the opening of this right hip. Bring the left hand onto the sole of the foot and just press that pad of the big toe into the palm of the left hand and notice what happens. Can you feel that glute switching on and perhaps this quad a little bit? And then just release. From here, you might choose to stay here, or perhaps you can come forward a little bit. So bring the hands forward and using the elbows to stabilize the foot and pressing a little deeper into that right hip. You're definitely going to feel that now in that right hip flexor in the glute at the back. As you come back up, draw the navel into the spine to protect the lower back. And take the right hand behind you and take the left hand across the body for a twist. If this is too much with the legs in the figure of four, you could just be taking it in a normal leg position. So just find what works for you. And we're twisting. When you twist, it's really important to lengthen through the spine. So don't kind of slouch it down. Like we did in the beginning, lengthen up through the spine and looking over your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Mindfully bring this foot back down into the position that it was before. As we lift the left leg up, just hold it. Feel how that feels with this leg activating and maintaining this position by lifting the foot off the floor. This left glute or sit bone is pressing into the chair, and then clasp the fingertips around the shin. Draw the knee to the chest. It's a nice wind releasing pose and also rotation for the ankle. Keep the breath flowing. And then from here, if it's available to you, cross this foot onto the right knee. Just allow some time for this shape to take place. It might find that one hip is more able to externally rotate than the other, and that's certainly the case for me. This one doesn't want to open up as much, and that's okay. So just find what works for you. Find a place that feels comfortable, and then pressing the right hand into the palm of the hand into that big toe mount. So push the toe into the hand as much as the hand into the toe. So it's like equal and opposite forces. And just notice how this really switches on the glute here. You'll be feeling it in this left hip and left glute. And when you've had enough of that, just release it. And then if it's available to you, bring the elbows, this one onto the foot to stabilize. Keep the length in the spine, so the lifting up through the crown of the head and pressing the elbows gently into the foot and the opposite knee. Oh, you should be feeling that. It's burning up for me a little bit here. And release. From here, take the legs out really, really wide. Come right onto the edge of your chair now. Now, if it's available, we're going to come into a forward fold here. So what you want to do is, instead of the feet being 45 degrees, we're going to turn them so that the heels go back a little bit more. And we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Now, this may be as far as you come, and that's okay. If you've got a little more flexion, you can bring the hands down onto the floor and find a long spine. So you're really reaching out through the crown of the head. If you want to, you can come off the chair and bring this more into a forward fold. Let the head be heavy and take the hands out to the ankles and let the head draw down. This will really give you some great lengthening through the spine. And let the head be heavy. And then sitting back down, it's really important to find length in the spine. Bring the hands onto the knees now and push up through the hands so that you're not straining through the lower back. Really important. So you could try that again. Another one of those, another forward fold could be a good option if you really liked that. So lengthening the spine is really important in our yoga practice. So now I'm going to take the chair, I'm going to move it around a little bit. You could use this part of the chair, or it depends on how low you want to go. So just depending on the height of your chair, we're going to find some extension through the spine again here. So taking the feet out nice and wide, just like we did before as we were sitting down. This time we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Use your chair for support. It could be the back of your chair, or it could be the seat of the chair, depending on the shape of your chair. So you're lengthening out through the back of the hamstrings here. You'll feel the Achilles, the ankles, the soleus, the calf muscle, and you can use the chair for support here. So you might come to this 90-degree angle. That might be enough for you. Just stay with it. Stay here. If you've got a little bit more, you might reach the hands out further and bring the hinging of the hips a little deeper. Now I'm opening out through my shoulder blades as well. So in the shoulder girdle, I'm really allowing the head to come a little bit heavier and deeper, opening through the shoulders, allowing the hips to flex a little bit more. Now, if it's too tight in the hamstrings, you can bend the knees. So a bent knee position is also great here. Just finding your edge, play with your edge and find what works for you. Where do you notice it? So it's really up to you whether you're coming deeper and lower. In any case, what you're trying to do is push the tailbone away from the hands, the fingertips, and find length through the spine. Resting here for several breaths. And then when you've had enough, keep that bend in the knees to protect the lower back. You draw the navel into the spine. Bring yourself back up slowly and mindfully. And that's it, really. Step the feet together. Give the legs a little shake. Hips a little twizzle. Shake it out. And you're ready to get on with the rest of your work day. Good luck.